For Nansenya Nebeto just say a Czech Republic, womo president Pete Pavel, a yadea, wababe PMU, ewo, a Ghana, Krudrimu Hanum say. Now, by no, yes, a 3-day tour, our babe toy, a yo, my Munuabe shed the coso, Niama Bakum, Nubiniate. President John Dramani Mahama, Aquaco Geno fell so, Ama Umeshia Edin Sawo so. Na enkomochiche ni muno, ena a Donald Trump, US president, a tariffs was slapping on most of the countries war across the globe no be enya ne chefa just that percentages no any different no year Pete Pavel abekasa ho chemu said this one there enya de atwa no any the president of the Republic of Ghana John Dramani Mahama any this enkomo yama fo chemu say does it mean say these two presidents omo kan muti abomu akwabenkro to do something and I said to rise against Donald Trump in the decision on the tariffs and edin komochiche bebre and ababeto comment section maybe mu just say Ghana yempe ye ho asem ye adwen ye ho ema papa we enkofa asem ema mehye ebusia yengotie nsem a wode atomonten so.
Let me start with the general statement. I think imposing tariffs in such a brutal way really doesn't help either side. It will not help the situation in Africa, but it will not help situation in Europe, Asia, and even United States. Tariff wars are damaging everyone. So in my view, it is really unfortunate to impose such a broad wave of tariffs without negotiating. Countries, especially countries that are allies, should first negotiate, and only when they are not able to come to an agreement, they can exert some pressure. But we haven't explored the opportunities of negotiating. With regard to a number of African and Asian countries, especially those that belong amongst the poorest globally, like Lesotho or Cambodia and Laos, they are charged by the biggest tariffs in history. It could be easily destroying their economies. So I really think that we have to collectively address the United States to rethink this approach and to negotiate, because I believe only by negotiating we can achieve a result that will be both beneficial for the United States, balancing more their trade with the world, but also not destroying countries, because by damaging their economies so much, it would create a number of problems that will have to be dealt with later on. That may prove much more costly than reducing the pressure on tariffs.
I just also wish to add that our Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Trade held a session with the U.S. ambassador to clarify what the implications of the tariff are for Ghana particularly. And I think in the next few days, the Minister of Foreign Affairs will release a paper, a statement on what the implications of those tariffs are. But I just join His Excellency to say that we all accepted a rule-based trading system, and it has served the world well because it has led to quite significant growth in GDP across the world. It is unfortunate that without resorting to the rules-based system, one country unilaterally decides to increase tariffs across board on all countries. Ghana got slapped with 10%, which is the lowest in the tariffs that were rolled out. But a country like Lesotho got slapped with 46%. And if you understand that one of the largest contributors to Lesotho's economy is the trade and garments industry, export under AGOA to United States, then you can be sure that it's going to affect a small country like Lesotho. Many of the factories that have set up there might look for areas where they can receive cheaper tariffs. to be able to continue to export into the American market. So it has very severe implications for everybody. And I believe that a multilateral world serves us all better than unilateral world, where people just take decisions based on only their country's interests. We must look at the broader global partnerships and the global interests rather than just our parochial national interests.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now we'll now take a question from
evidence a ban putupu say ya mobetimi e de akire ya ma obi because ye te say de mo am a Ghanaian and niema e course so man ni koyi a me benefit bi efri mo an koyi so a me benefit enti se me tya say na me kasa so me kasa ma Ghana fo nyina adenti na yentimi emba yenya a conclusive ade ma obi entimi ntene ho asese evidence saying that you was a bino challenge here, then we the minority we are providing this evidence. I didn't know among you.
Well, me just there. You form a committees we. A lot of ejumana na nka no mankotimre ye no. Mpanyimfo a wode da no say awa wo ye hon ejuma. So agent team for you or in charge of defense and interior committee. And a committee no wo ye hon ejuma. What in the name of the minority caucus.
Okay.
Intimidate there. So far, he is leading that conversation.
Okay.
On behalf of the minority caucus. I would not want to interfere with other views.
Okay.
I think so far he's handling the issue. What I don't like is the attacks on his personality.
Okay.
Our friends in NDC or either way tolerant. Politics was abotan na was here. In your being yadwinumpa in Shana Hoba. Mempe a corner yenuanum NDC funibi. Wafada wakasa was it here. Or Chana Dwin azibia onu feel the onkoye. Abano so remaining trim. In yadwina on your beshe.
Okay.
Look, Papa say Yama bipartisan committee to sit either in camera or before the cameras to discuss the issues. Grant him that he has put it on paper to demand for a committee deliberation. You don't attack him, You don't personalize the issue and now start calling him names. That is unfair. Yenuanum NDC for no should also understand that what opposition in some pina wakai. All right? Sabi, is that how they were treated? And if they were treated this way, would they have been happy? So I think that issues about Yema Hukwan na in church remember. Inya aben ozi inhube shobinumu. Noba mobia na some akanumu. Intino mijize nimbrupamino. I think Reverend is around. Wobotumina we invite because the committee is seized with all the issues.
Okay.
Now, if you want to further interrogate on your platform, I think you can do it. However, I hold a view there. The call by the committee the call by him for the committee to sit is a right call because after all, that is the way to go. We are on break. He doesn't have an opportunity to file an urgent question now. The only opportunity is for the committee to deliberate and invite the agencies and share information. Maybe somebody says, oh, he should bring the evidence out, Ebiana is so sensitive there. In the national interest, the intelligence agencies or the agencies involved must hear it in camera. But you don't attack him.
Okay. Mene Reverend Kasai or Kasi so say there are certain things that are very sensitive. Yes, security, thing. And yeah, there's me about public to a jasana. You being the minority leader. The work is sensitive near the because Reverend Kasi so say evidence. Honorable, what do we need?
How can you ask me this question? I won't answer this question.
Are they?
No. But You can't be asking me questions about my caucus. I can't answer that. It's not right. No, it's not. You can't ask me whether me committee leader. No, I don't need. I won't get into that area. I won't get into that area with you. I will not get into that area with you. No, it's not appropriate.
Say,
Abina, do you want us to have a good end to this show?
Very.
You want to?
Yes.
We started well.
Yes.
We started well.
Mm-hmm. We started very well. And I want us to
well
end
so
well.
No.
Okay. Say